everybody. I am yet again, Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning into this. This is Happy New Year, first of all. Sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself. So I started into my intro because I haven't did a video since last year. I forgot my intro, so I had to back up and start over. So there it is. Happy New Year to each of you. Again, it's been 23 was great. Had its ups and downs as always, but we survived. We made it. So I want to go ahead and dive into this one head first. So, and I'm talking more so to people that are single, because there's a lot of us out there, male and female. It's a lot of us. And, people that are middle-aged, I'm 51, in the 40 to 50 bracket and on up. There are a large number of us that are not in relationships. So this is primarily to those people, including myself. Let's start with this. And this wasn't going to be my first message of the year, but however, it's going to be. Know what you want, okay? Start with that. I talk to so many people, and you will be amazed. You will be amazed. You ask somebody, well, what do you want? Or you ask, in my case, ask a female, well, what do you need from me? I don't know. I just don't know. Well, if you don't know, how on God's creation do you think I'm going to know? It's not humanly possible. Now, unless you're in the profession of mind reading, you're not going to know what people are thinking. And especially if you don't know the person and you have no prior history, you're not going to know what their needs, wants, what they like, what they dislike. You're not going to know any of that. So they have to tell you. However, you being the person that has to tell the other person what it is that you're looking for, you've got to know what you want. Now, here's what that looks like. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but just stay with me. For those of us who shop at Walmart, I can't stand it. Because every day is like shopping at Christmas time. It just is what it is. Walmart they've shut a whole lot of grocery stores down. They're doing their third fizzle. It is what it is. However, in the moments when you do like I do sometimes, you go in Walmart without a list, you in trouble. You're in trouble. Because number one, you're gonna forget most of what you went in there for. And then you're going to come out with stuff you didn't actually need. And then the stuff that you really need, such as maybe a loaf of bread, a carton of milk, eggs, butter, whatever, olive oil, chicken, whatever, you're going to forget. You know why you forget? Because you didn't make a list. So at least if you have the list written down or in your phone, however you do it. Now, I'm old school, so I typically write it down. That way I could mark off the item as I get it. Because if I don't, and I try to go off of memory, Houston, we have a problem. Because I'll start seeing everything else that I don't need, or something that I forgot before, or something that I've been intending to get but just forgot. That's what happens. So my point is this. At least have your list. At least you've got to start somewhere. Now, me, myself, personally, and I'm just sharing this with you because it may help somebody, it may not, but this is what works for me. Now that I'm at the age that I am and where I am in my life, I start with what I don't want, and that presets my boundary. So, for example, what do you mean by that? Example, you're not going to be disrespectful. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. Off the top, that ain't going to happen. Now, I'm not rude. I'm not disrespectful. I don't do any of that to anybody unless you ask for it. However, you can't be disrespectful. Number two, I can't do trifling, lazy, no ambition. You don't want anything out of life. You just case sarah. I can't do that animal. You just sit around, you literally don't do anything. You don't have any goals. That's the difference between successful people. I used to wonder for years, well, what is it that separates them from the norm? They set goals. And that is it. They set goals. So, and I'm not saying I'm quote unquote successful, but what I am saying is I know where I want to go and I know where I want to be. And I'm never content with where I'm at because I'm not there at this point yet. So even when I get to that point, I'm still not content because I've got some more stuff I got to do. You follow me? So, just have some kind of ambition about yourself. Keep yourself together. Keep your hygienes. Keep your hygienes together. That's all. We're grown. I'm not going into that. Just keep your hygienes together. So have some kind of idea of what it is that you want. And again, for another thing that I am on my list of what I'm not going to deal with, what I'm not going to accept. Just be a person of your word. If you're not going to do it, it's okay to say that. But don't drag somebody along and consistently tell people, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Now, I'll be the first to admit, if I'm on the phone with somebody or I'm texting somebody, and it doesn't even have to be, it could be anybody. And I get off the phone and I start doing something else, which I have a habit of doing, because it's now hard for me to sit down, then I have a great tendency not to call or text you back. It's not personal, but that is something I have to work on. It just is, because for me, in that moment, okay, I've run off to do this and I run off to do that, and I'm not necessarily just doing busy work to keep myself busy. What I'm doing is stuff that I need to do for me, around my place or outside or in the car or whatever. So be a person of your word. If you say, now, flip side of that coin is I'm extremely loyal. So if you're close to me, if you're my friend, and we cool. And if I tell you I'm going to do something, typically it's a done deal. If you're asking for help and I can, I will. If I can't, I will tell you, hey, I can't do that. So be a person of your word. So again, for me, your personal upkeep can't be disrespectful. Have some kind of drive, ambition, things that you want to do. It ain't got to be nothing grand and extravagant. I don't qualify for that. So, but just know where you want to go, know where you want to be, and have some kind of idea of what type of person you want to be with. I know that, for example, I'm a Leo. Now, I don't do the zodiac thing, but I do know what I am. And as a result of that, I love lions. So I'm naturally a leader. So one of the things that you can't do, you can't come over into my lane. I just I can't do that one. Now, when it's necessary, when it's needed, yes. But all the time, because you're controlling and you're partway manipulative, can't do that animal. Cannot. Now, can we be team players? If you can be a team player, absolutely. 100%. But you can't be selfish. That's another one. For me, you have to be a person that's a giver. And that's not just tangible. Because giving covers a lot of ground. You give your time. You giving opportunities. You can give money. You can do a whole lot of things in terms of giving. But you have to be a giver. Now, that doesn't mean, give your world away. No, but you have to be, it has to be some kind of evidence to that for me. So again, you don't have to follow my format. But for me, I start with what I don't want, and it narrows that down automatically to what I do want, because that part of it is out of the way, simply because that's the guy that I go by first. So again, know what you want. Have an idea, that list it, write it down. I got a couple of buddies that I'm really tight with. That a couple of them are older than I am, and I glean from their wisdom, in addition to the things that I've been through. So again, just know what you want. Don't be all over the place, and because what happens to a lot of us is we create this all-you-can-eat buffet trying to pick a man or trying to pick a woman, and that's you wind up with a Mr. Potato Head. You got pieces everywhere. So again, know what you want, and then this will lead me into my next one, which is know who you are. We'll deal with that later. So again, I'm Price McKinney. Simply put, I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Thank you for still being here. Follow me on Instagram, Simply Put PM. Facebook's I got a Facebook page, Simply Put with Price McKinney, and most importantly, go to my YouTube. I'm calling it now my podcast. Of course, it's real simple. It's Simply Put Price McKinney. So again, thank you for listening. I'm not an expert. I just know what I know, and I promise you, I'll see you soon.